Hi, good day, everybody, and welcome to another session of having fun with numbers as we seek to develop number sense. This morning, we want to continue to build on what we have been learning. I'm sure you all in the past you would have learned how to find the area of a square. Now, a square has 4 equal sides, we know. Now, if you look at this carefully here, if this is 1 centimeter and this is 1 unit, yes, 1 unit, yeah, we can name this square. We can call this square because all the sides being 1 unit, we can call it a 1 square. Yeah, a 1 square. This is a 1 square. And in mathematics, we use a little symbol when we use a little symbol here, then a little 2 at the top here. And that means 1 square. 1 square. Alright, now look at this. 1 times 1 will give you 1. So the area of this square, we know to find the area of a square. Let's find the area. The area will be 1 times 1, and we get 1. So for a 1 square, if we have a 1 square is a square where all the sides be in 1. Good. Now look at this now. What I am drawing here, I'm drawing a square, but look at this square. What's the length of this side? This is 2. Here is 2. Here is 2. There is 2. So we call this a 2 square. Why is it a 2 square? It is a 2 square because it is a square and all the sides are 2 units. Yeah? So we call it a 2 square. Remember that little symbol, the little 2 at the top there? 2 square. 2 square meaning that we have a square. This tells us it's a square, and each side being 2. And how do you find the area of a square? Yes, you would have learned that the area of a square, you say side multiplied by side. Alright? 2 times 2. And we get 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get 4. So a 2 square is a square where each side being 2. And to find the area of that square, we say side multiply by side. And we get 4. Let's try another one. Let's see what happens with a 3 square. A 3 square being a square where all the sides being 3 units. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. This side here is 3. All the sides being 3. So we call it a 3 square. When the sides of a square is 1, we call it a 1 square. When the side of a square is 2, we call it a 2 square. When the side of a square is 3, we call it a 3 square. And to find the area of a 3 square, yes, we say side times side, or 3 times 3, and we get 9. Let's try one more. Let's try A. Now you all tell me what this is. See if you can tell me what this is. Mathematics is about pattern, about developing pattern. Look at the pattern that is being formed here. Look at the pattern that is being formed here. Nice. Now what shape do I have? A square. How much is the length of one side? 4. So because it is a square and a side is 4, how will we call it? I think you got that one. I think you know that we're going to call it a 4 square. And a 4 square, one side being 4, to find the area, we say 4 times 4, and we get 16. 16 square units. Got it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we got 16 square units. Here we got 9 square units. Here we got 4 square units. And with our 1 square, we got 1 square unit. So I am not going to tell you how to work out if you see this. If you see this, what do you think that is? That is a 6 square. So what image comes into your mind when you see 6 square? You're supposed to be thinking of a square with each side being 6. Yes, that's what you have to think about. A square with each side being 6. And you find the area of a 6 square by saying side times side, or 6 times 6, which is 36. Let's try a 5 square. 5 square. What image came in your mind? A square and each side being 5. So we get a 5 times 5, which is 25 square units. Let's try 7 square. How to work 7 square? You realize we don't have to draw anymore because we understand the pattern that will happen. What is a 7 square? A 7 square is a square with each side being 7. And to find the area, we say 7 times 7 and we get 49. Each square is a square with each side being 8. So the area will be 8 times 8 and we get 64. 9 square. I think you know that already. From the time you see 9 square, you know how to find the area. 9 times 9, 81. And a 10 square. A 10 square, 10 times 10, and you get 100. Look at these numbers. Look at what we got for the area of a square. For a 1 square, the area is 1. For a 2 square, the area is 4. For a 3 square, the area is 9. 4 square, the area is 16. A 5 square, the area is 25. 6 square, 36. 7 square, 49. 8 square, 64. 9 square, the area being 81. And with a 10 square, remember a 10 square is a square with each side being 10. The area will be 100 square units. What we can say, boys and girls, these numbers here, that gives us the area of the square. These numbers here gives us the area of the square. They are called, they have a special name for them. They are called square numbers. You call them square numbers because they can be the area of a square. Right? So this morning we are looking at square numbers. Square numbers. And what's the first square number? 1. The next square number is 4, 9, 16, and we go on, 25, 36, 49, 64, we have 81, and 100, and we can go on finding our square numbers. Okay, so that's the first part of our lesson, where we have to be able to understand what is a square number. Now, sometimes you are given the area of a square. For example, if I give you 16, 16 is the area. I can ask you to do the reverse. I can ask you to find out what is the value of one side of the square. The area of the square is 16, but I want to know what is the value of one side. And if ever I have to do that, I have to ask you to find out what is the value of one side of the square. I will use a little sign, and the little sign looks like this. Alright? And we call it square root. We call it square root. So if I ask you to find the square root of 16, the picture that should come in your mind is that 16 is the area of the square. And this tells you to find out how much is the value of one side. So you need to ask yourself, if the area of the square is 16, what number multiplied by itself is going to give you 16? Right? And we know that it will be 4. Because 4 times 4 will give us 16. Try this other one. What about 36? The square root of 36. What does the square root of 36 mean? You need to understand what you are doing in mathematics. When we are talking about the square root of 36, we are saying the area of the square is 36 and I want to find the value of one side. One side of the square. Let's flip the page and see what happens. When the area is 36, the value of one side is 6. So we can say the value of one side will be 6. And there we see square root. Square root. So you must understand what square root means. Because when you go further down into mathematics in secondary school, you'll have a lot of work to do with the square root symbol. So you need to understand what square root means. Square root means when you're asked to calculate the square root, you are given the area of a square. This number represents the area of the square. Find out for one side. Now, I want to take the mathematics a bit further now. And let's look at this. Suppose we were given the number 6. Let's try 25. Let's say we had to find the square root of 25. I know you know the answer. It's 5 times 5 is 25, so the answer will be 5. But let's develop a strategy of finding the square root. Look at this. I take my 25, and you know what? I am going to divide by prime factors. Remember we were doing work with prime factors? So yes, we are building on that this morning. So can we try 2 into 25? No, because this is not an even number, it's an odd number. What about 3? Can 3 go into 25? No, because if I add the digits 2 and 5, I will get 7. What's the prime number that can go into 25? Yes, it's 5. So 5 into 25 is 5. Look at this. What can go into 5? Another 5. 5 into 5 is 1. So what do I end up with? I end up with 5 times 5. And this is not new to us. And if you're still having trouble with this, you need to look at that video. Alright? And what do? I have a pair of 5s. I just run a line through it. I have a pair of 5s, one pair of 5s, and I put 5 underneath. Nice. So I can say the square root of 25 is 5. Good. We divide by prime factors. We state down our prime factorization, and we end up with, we pair it off and we get 5. Let's try another one. Let's try 36. Let's find the square root of 36. Now we know the square root of 36 is 6. 6 by 6 is 36. Well, let's understand what we are doing. We put down 36. And 2, it's an even number. 2 into 3, 1. Remainder 1, 2 into 16, 8. Can we try 2 again? Yes, because it's even. 2 into 18, 9. Can we try 2 again? No, because it's odd. Can we try 3? Yes, 3 can go into 9. 3 into 9, 3. And 3 into 3, 1. So we worked until we got 1. So we say we have expressed 36 as a product of its prime factors, which is 2 by 2 by 3 by 3. And then, guess what? When you have reached this part, this is where it becomes easy. You just pair it off. We have a pair of 2 here, so we put 2. And look up, we have a pair of 3 here, so we put 3. And here's what? 2 times 3 give us 6. So we say the square root of 36 is 6. In other words, we have a square with an area of 36. So one side is 6. So you want to try a big one? Let's try a big one. Let's try the square root of 144. Wow. Let's see. So prime factorization again, 1, 4, 4. And for those of you who have not been looking at the videos or you have not been doing the exercises, you shall struggle. All right, and you can change that. You can change that position if you like. Go and look at the videos, and you all may subscribe to the videos as well. All right, and you can state that you like them. If you like them. All right. So let's try 2. 2 into 14, 7. 2 into 4, 2. We try 2 again. 2 into 7, 3. Remainder 1. 2 into 12, 6. We need to go with 2 again because it's an even number. Remember, we started with the smallest prime and we're working our way up. 2 into 3 is 1, remainder 1. 2 into 16, 8. We need to go with 2 again. 2 into 18, 9. We can't go with 2. We have to go with 3 now. 3 into 9, 3. And 3 into 3, 1. Yeah, and now we state down our prime factorization. All right. So we have 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 3 by 3. Okay. So if you want, you could pair it off right here. You could just pair it off right there. That's a pair of 2. So you put 2. And another pair of 2 here. So you put 2. And another. And we have a set of 3. So we put 3. So look at that. 2 by 2 by 3. What do you got? 2 2s are 4 3s are 12. What do you think about that? I know you could be able to go ahead and find square numbers now. But you know what? I have a really, really nice method of how I can find square numbers, because mathematics is about pattern. So look at this. Remember 1 square is 1 by 1, and I got 1, right? But if I have a 2 square, you know what I'll do? I'll put 1, add 3. So this is just another method of how you can find square numbers. Okay? So look at this. How we can find square numbers again. We have a 2 square, 1 add 3. And how much we got? 4. What about a 3 square? I put on 1 add 3 add 5. Yeah, 3 square. Sorry. 1 add 3 add 5, which will give me 9. 1 and 3 is 4 and 5, 9. And a 4 square. And I want you all to see the pattern, I start with 1. I add 3, but it's 4 square. I add 5. I add 7. And I get 16. 1 add 3 add 5 add 7 is 16. 5 square. And you will tell me what I should add. I add 1. I add 3. I add 5. I add 7. What I should add now? Look at the sequence. I'm adding 1, 3, 5, 7. That's 5 square. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 numbers there. I need to have 5 numbers. I need to add 9. Right? And I'll get 25. So if I have to work 6 square, if for 1 square I had the first odd number, and for 2 square I found the sum of the first 2 odd numbers, and for 3 square I found the sum of the first 3 odd numbers, for 5 square I found the sum of the first 5 odd numbers, you tell me, how should I work 6 square using this method? Yes, I can find the sum of the first 6 odd numbers. And how will I work 9 square? I can find the sum of the first 9 odd numbers. So that was just a by the way challenge for you all. Alright? So you all can work on your mathematics, and remember what we are doing? We are developing number sense. Alright? And realize that we are working from video number 1 thus far to where we are at this point in time. And if you all can Do these working, and you can work like this, and you'll be able to work faster in your mathematics when we get onto areas like fractions and decimals and percentages, and we have lots of calculations to do. Then your mathematics will become very, very easy. So as I lay the foundation for you all, I hope that you all enjoy the mathematics. But before I go, think about it. 12 square, how to find the 12 square? Two ways. 12 times 12, because it's a square, and we have one side being 12, so the area will be 12 times 12. Or you can find the sum of the first 12 odd numbers. So I shall send you all an exercise for you all to complete, and you all have a good day. Enjoy.